Hi, welcome back to the Petite Palate Kitchen. Today we have a special episode because my son Dane is actually going to be cooking with us today. We are going to be making some creamed asparagus and some noodles. So for the little beginning eaters, what you can just do is cook only the asparagus part and grind that up and give them to them as a single puree. Or conversely, you can also do the noodle part and feed that separate, or what we're going to do is put it all together. So, Dane, you going to help me cook? Okay, so yes. So he might pop in and out, but whatever, we'll keep going. The first step is getting the noodles cooked, and all I'm doing is on my stove I have some fusilli noodles, which are the little corkscrew types, and we have organic, and you can even use wheat, which is a really good option for the older babies. The little babies stay with the regular because it's a little easier to digest. We have it boiling away in non-salted water, and for adults, put salt in the water, but for the little kids, thank you, sweetie, we're going to suggest not putting salt in the water because you don't want to overload them with salt. So boil it to death, make it really mushy. If they're toddlers, maybe a year old, you can even give them just the boiled noodles, but if it's a little softer, not al dente like adults like it, they can actually eat it as a finger food. All right, so while that's cooking and that's almost done, I'm going to show you. I used 1 cup uncooked fusilli, so it's going to expand out. And I have, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 asparagus spears and a little bit of cream. You can also use breast milk or formula for younger eaters under a year, and which I highly recommend. And there's some just water to loosen up the dish if we need. First trick is to get the asparagus to a point where you can cook it quickly. So let me move this down here so you can see. We have the asparagus, and there's a couple tricks to doing asparagus. One, simply cut it at where it's the thickest point, and there you go. That's one. Other one, it'll naturally kind of snap off where the hard part is of the stalk. I find when I do that I waste more of the asparagus, so I try to stay away from that one. Or the third option, and if you're going to be making regular asparagus as a finger food or as an adult snack meal, you would just take a vegetable peeler, and I would cut the white part off of this one, and then just take the vegetable peeler and just peel off, not too far in, just the stalky hard part of it. And it also helps it cook really quickly and uniformly, because this part, the tip, cooks much faster than the end. So I'm going to cut part of those up. I already have some cut up. Today we're going to steam them. You can steam them on the stove, or you can steam them today. I have them steaming in a little rice cooker, which was super cheap to buy. I think it was like $20, $18. And it makes perfect rice, but also steams vegetables very, very well. So you just put it on for a couple cycles. I have it, what you did, it's getting a little hot here, is just about the first knuckle full of water. You put that into the steam pot, put the steamer in, lid on. I put the vegetables in, I cut them into chunks of about 1.5 inches. And you turn on the steamer and you let it steam away. I'm going to put that to the side for now and get the pasta going. Cool. Whoa, that's the sharp part.
No.
Here, you can come over here and help me, sweetie. You're going to help me zap it.
I'm going to help you zap it?
Yeah, come on over. I'm going to just drain off my noodles. Shut that off. I'm going to run some cold water over it. Helps it cool off faster. Take it over here. Now at this stage we can also just cream up the noodles. What I'm going to do the noodles in first is my mini food processor, which I happen to love, by the way. This one is the little Cuisinart. It's part of the hand wand. Stick it on there. Let me chop it up. Do you want to try this? You want to come over and see how Mommy does this? so that's just easy. I'm going to put the noodles in and get them going in the mini food processor. At this point, it gets a little thick, so I'm going to add a little bit of the cream. I have 2 tablespoons, or 2 ounces, about there. You can also add water instead. Okay, that's getting pretty well pureed. I'm going to stop it here, finish it off with the hand blender. You can see it's coming out. It's pretty nice. Almost looks like a really kind of mac and cheese. You could also, yeah, sprinkling Parmesan on this would be excellent. Nice flavor. Alright, again, I'm going to take my hand blender. All I have to do is take that attachment off, put the wand on. I add a little bit more cream, breast milk, or formula. Now I'm going to add some water. It's spitting everywhere. So it's kind of like a porridge at this point, which I like this consistency. Okay. Now, when the asparagus are done, I'll come right back. Okay, so our asparagus is done. It's been steaming for about 10 minutes or so. I steam it more than I would ever cook it for adults. I just need it to be really soft and mushy. And okay, let's go back down. I just cleaned out my Cuisinart.
Go back to down and right.
Let's go back to down, Dane. That's right. All right. So you got to be careful with the little ones with the steamer because obviously this steam is hot. Here's the, by the way, that's the finished noodles. Looks so good. Take out, again, being very careful with this because it's so hot. My steamed asparagus. And I'm going to put this directly into the sink so there's no chance of anybody touching it.
Mommy.
Yes, sweetie.
This thing is dirty.
No, we just washed it out. Right? What are we putting in here? Dane, what's this called? Do you know what that's called?
Asparagus.
Do you like asparagus?
Yeah.
It's delicious, right? Dane eats it like adults do now, but he started off eating the purees. And asparagus is just so healthy, delicious, and the green is just so beautiful. I'm going to scrape it down a little bit, and I'm going to add a little water.
Me too.
Okay. This you want to zap for a while because it's a little thready. I would, for the beginning eaters, push this through a sieve to get rid of all like the little sinews. But as you can tell, look at that. It's so good. It smells delicious. And we're going to go ahead and put this in a little dish. Now, for a complete meal, you might want to grind up some chicken. But this is just divine. You could put a little mint with this, a little squirt of lemon will keep it nice and green. Or what you can do is mix it all together. So here we have a beautiful puree for the little guys. We have noodles and we have asparagus, and I'm just going to top it off and show you how pretty it can be together. This you can freeze right away because this is a pretty big portion for little guys.
Some little water in there.
Okay, he's cooking his own noodles. By the way, he has the cream. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining Petite Palate Kitchen. You can find this recipe online at our blog. And if you have any other questions, please write us.